So what's led the Congress for a mid-course correction, especially when it comes down to free ration? Let's take it to our panelists this evening. Joining me from the Congress spokesperson, Adil Singh Boparai, Tuhin Sinha from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Ashutosh, political analyst, and Rajat Sethi, political analyst. Adil Singh Boparai, 70% of India has voted. Is it something that you're picking up from ground, that possibly the need to announce free ration? Why now? Why couldn't you do it earlier if that was the intention?
Well, Preeti, firstly, you have to understand that today the Indian voter is facing a double whammy. And that double whammy is of unemployment and price rise. And the India Alliance is committed. It is committed to provide succor. It is committed to provide relief to the ordinary man. We're a government which is pro-people, which is pro-poor. We want to lift people out of poverty. We want to give them means of employment so that they can sustain themselves. So keeping that in mind and looking at the unprecedented rural economic distress, the India Alliance has made this very, very significant announcement of providing ration up to 10 kgs to the poor. And I think this is keeping in mind the economic canvas of the country. Today, the fact of the matter is that we need to provide relief. We need
But
to provide
Adil, is it something that you're just about waking up to in the middle of an election? Why couldn't it be a part of your manifesto? Has the Congress just woken up to the fact that there is grave amounts of poverty and possibly free ration would help the people?
Well, it's not that, Preeti. The point is, we're in a state of elections. We are interacting with the people, and this is a common refrain that this government has miserably failed on the economic parameters, and therefore it is our responsibility. It is incumbent on the Congress and the India Alliance, which is the principal challenger to Mr. Modi, to come up with something which provides them with relief. I wouldn't say that, whether it was announced earlier or not. The fact of the matter is we're a party which stands by its promises. Let's not lose sight of the fact that it was the Congress-led UPA which brought in Manrega. It was the Congress-led UPA which brought in the Food Security Act. It was the Congress-led UPA which brought in the Land Acquisition Act of 2013. These are all significant measures. These are significant measures to help almost two-thirds of this country, and therefore keeping in sync with our commitment.
I want to bring you in to this conversation. The fact is, when you're going on ground, one does feel free ration resonate in a big way. Anything, whether it be free ration, direct cash transfers, or something which are resonating with the voter today. Does that somewhere down the line bother the Bharatiya Janata Party? Because now the Congress has doubled the take. You are giving 5 kilos of free ration. The Congress says we'll give 10.
Good evening, Preeti. Good evening, everybody. Well, much like Rahul Gandhi, the Congress party today enjoys zero credibility. So after 4 phases of election, if, they start making impromptu promises, which are not only, not there in the manifesto, but, very unrealistic, it shows that they have no chance of coming to power and they are only misleading the people. Now, the track record and performance speak for our credibility. On 6th September 2010, the then Prime Minister of UPA, Manmohan Singh, had categorically said that they are not in a position to implement the Supreme Court order to provide free ration. In the last 4 years under Prime Minister Modi, we have shown how 81 crore people can be provided free ration. They are late to catch up. Bad luck to them. Now, when it comes to Karnataka, we have seen how their, irresponsible freebies have led the state to a situation where the Deputy CM of Karnataka says that there is no money for development. And finally, just 3 days back in Raebareli or Amethi, we heard Priyanka Gandhi say that, ये 5 kg ration से आपका भविष्य नहीं बनता है. So did Kharge even consult Priyanka Gandhi? Because it seems, the promise was entirely impromptu, and which only shows the Congress is very irresponsible party today.
Okay.
Can I respond, Preeti?
All right, okay. Ashutosh, away from all the politics, I'll come back to you, sir. Allow me to bring in our other 2 guests, Rajat and Ashutosh. Ashutosh, as a reporter who's on ground, I have to say, if in Uttar Pradesh or in any impoverished, part of the country that you're in, the top agenda which is resonating on ground for the voter is ration.
See, Preeti, to put it bluntly, this is competitive politics, and in competitive politics, whether you can provide it or you can't provide it, that's irrelevant. What is important is that you have to win elections, you have to get votes. The fact of the matter is that the 80 crore population is being fed by the government. That shows that the 80 crore people, they can't afford the 2-time meals. That itself shows that what kind of economy we are in. There is no other reason. But the fact is that if the BJP is trying to provide 5 kg, then the Congress will provide 10 kg. If the 5 kg can get votes, the 10 kg will get double votes. If the mathematics is very simple, but politics is not that simple, and the voting behavior of the voter is not that simple. I think that this 5 kg is basically, or the 10 kg is basically insulting voters and trying to tell them that you voters have no self-respect. You should beg, borrow, and here is the government, which is like a big feudal lords, will provide you the ration, and we are telling you that you don't work, you don't need employment, you
Okay.
don't need anything else. Just sit idle, government will provide you. So we'll make you poorer, poorer, and poorer. That is how the politics in this country is going. It's sad,
Okay.
and it's destroying Indian economy.